people with mental illnesses.
Yeah, people
Like from like depression to like bipolar and stuff like that. Like anything really.
people who may be on drugs and stuff.
They're unstable, or that they might be taking some medication possibly, or that's...
They can't cope with day-to-day situations, life, problems, issues with friends, things like that.
Like next door to us is a mental home, so like we see all the people coming in and out and going. It's a serious thing. I don't think it's like appreciated as much as it should be. I think there needs to be more counselling and that sort of thing.
I mean, I've got my brother. He's got a mental health issue, and I just cope with him and I react with him just as any other person, normal. I treat him like my other brothers or sisters.
People tend to think when you speak about mental health that it's somebody who suffers from schizophrenia or bipolar, but it can be something like depression, and I think people tend to get a bit mixed up and think that it's just mental health only, schizophrenia and bipolar.
People don't really understand it, do they? It's got such a stigma around it, and to even admit that you have a mental health problem, as it were, I think. It's hard for people when there is stigma.
I don't think I'd even try to define mental health. The word mental, we've tried very hard to turn it upside down, inside out and sideways and make it fundamental and emotional well-being and feeling good about yourself and self-esteem. All those things are wrapped up in it. And I think particularly with young people, there's that period of time where they're in transition, both personally, physically, roles, and so there is more awareness of the needs for understanding what's happening, the kind of whole turbulence and complexity of working your world out. So I suppose the sort of good mental health would be on young people particularly, being supported and not judged through that period when they're sorting themselves out.
Everybody's got mental health, whether it's good or bad mental health, and in a positive way, it means like when you get into a situation where it might be exams, for instance, where you get stressed and things, and some people are able to manage that situation, and some people thrive on stress or can work their way through it, whereas other people it gets them really down and depressed, and they have to have people that they can talk to about it or people that can help them get through difficult times. For me, it feels like people don't realise that mental health exists till you get to a point where you're suffering from depression or you're self-harming or something, and people then realise that you've got a mental health problem, and it becomes a problem rather than just being a healthy mental health situation.
I can't go out tonight, I just can't. I look terrible. Everyone's going to be all made up and look so nice, and I'm going to be there sat in the corner. I wish I could change the way I look. I wish I could. Oh, the bags under my eyes. Why do I have to have such greasy skin and look so gross? I'll be the only one there tonight who hasn't got someone. They'll all be talking about who they're getting with, and I've got no one, absolutely no one. Oh, I look horrendous. I look so bad. How did I get in this mess?
I'd like to think I'd be very, very understanding and everything, but it would depend on on the severity of the problem and the kind of the nature of it. Like if it was maybe sort of like mild depression or something, hopefully I could kind of be a decent friend and sort of try and get them out of themselves.
I'd probably be a bit, I don't know, maybe shocked, because you see your friend as kind of being really perfect and stuff, like they're your friend, and so maybe you'd think a bit like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, I'd try not to judge them or anything.
You know, a lot of people would say, like, oh, of course I wouldn't judge someone, but you do. It's kind of human nature to judge people, and I probably would treat them a bit differently, but I'd kind of like to be able to not judge them on that, on the fact that they have a mental health issue.
I'd try really hard to make them feel comfortable, but I wouldn't want to overcompensate and make it into a big deal. I'd want to still try and act like as natural as I could around them.
Oh, so your family come back, have you? Well, I've got a few things to say to you, because I'm absolutely fed up with you coming and going.
Oh, give me a break.
Look, you won't give me any money this week for housekeeping.
What have you spent?
Why are they always fighting? Is it my fault? I bet it's my fault because I come in late last night.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm really scared. I don't want them to get a divorce.
Look, you know it's my night to go out.
I haven't been out for months.
I love both my parents, but they always argue. Oh, I'm sick of all this fighting. My mum and dad are always arguing.
Well, if that's what you think, then I don't know.
Oh, I really hope they don't get a divorce.
I was rapping for a long time, freestyle rapping and just writing my own lyrics. When I look back, the reason I probably got into rap music and breakdancing is because I was always looking for something to belong to, you know, to feel like I was part of. I really think I was part of things at home. I had a very abusive upbringing. My stepdad, a lot of domestic violence, domestic abuse. So I was always looking for something outside to belong to. At first I got involved in violence and crime, and when I got to like 17 years old I made a big mistake, started taking heroin. But I always felt as though there was something about myself that was worth more than what I was doing. You know, I mean, to this day I get a certain amount of radio play. I teach kids how to express themselves through music. Everybody needs a helping hand from time to time, or a shoulder to cry on, so don't be shy, use mine, don't be afraid to ask. Just go ahead, pick up the phone if you're a mate of Brad's. You never need be in it alone, I've been through it all, believe me, I've got your back. If you're at rock bottom, I can get you back on track. Providing you're ready to face the truth and search your soul, I have you feeling free, believing that the world is yours. Before counselling, I viewed myself as worthless, then a counsellor helped me to find a sense of purpose, making me a better person. I mean, I'm still the same old me, just a better version. Now I control my every urge and make positive choices, like teaching the youth how to harness their voices. But before I could help them properly, I had to discover the value of self-honesty.
It's about feeling good about yourself. And I think with particularly young people, a lot of it is about having low confidence and low self-esteem, because what they tend to do is they tend to measure themselves very much up against their peers and always think, oh, there's something wrong with me, you know. And it's about just checking out, hearing what they think is wrong with them, and sort of really, by them discussing it, they more often than not realise that actually they're as normal or as mad as the rest of us, really.
My experience of young people coming into counselling, they see it as a stigma. They're reluctant to come in, but once they come into the relationship, more often than not they'll stick with it, and they'll try and work through the difficulties that they've been experiencing. But they don't like their friends to know that they're having counselling. Oftentimes they don't even want their parents to know that they're having counselling. If counselling was talked about more like in the home, that is a normal thing, then young people would become it'd be more easier for them to say, well, okay, I need to go and speak to somebody.
Don't even think about coming out tonight or we'll smash your face in. You should be back in your own country.
Oh, I'm sick of getting these texts. They're always doing it at school. How the hell did they even get my number?
Welcome then to the of Right Here Sheffield, and especially thank you to the Right Here national team, because some of them I know have had long journeys to come and join us tonight.
Well, the idea of the launch was really to sort of, I guess, for the name of Right Here to get out there, for us to start telling people about what we're going to be doing in Sheffield, start raising awareness of 16 to 25-year-olds' mental health, and really just kind of to meet young people, to meet professionals working in the northeast of the city, just to start making links really and get our name out there. I think the biggest challenge for us is kind of how we engage young people and really get them involved in the project, because they're at the centre of it and we really need their ideas and them to come forward and to help us think about, you know, what's going to be useful for other young people.
Two questions: what makes you feel down or stressed out, and then what do you do to make yourself feel better? And so images from there this way are connected to that question, and that one to that one. I think it's been really good, to be honest with you. Like, you know, brilliant venue, lots of activities for the young people, and performances, drumming even. Like the sound of the drumming, good to let rip. So all in all, I can't say nothing bad about it really, you know, and it's all for a good purpose, because mental health is something that, you know, sweeps the world, you know, and isn't, you know, some people are scared to sort of, I don't know, admit or get help about it, like, you know, I know in the older generations the stigma was probably much worse, like, you know, oh, I'm not mad, like, you know, well, no, you know, nobody's saying anybody's mad, are they? Just times can get difficult. And, you know, you can suffer a bit, like, you know, I'm sure we all have at some point in our lives, haven't we, like, you know. And I think for young people growing up in today's society, I wouldn't be able to imagine what that was like compared to when I was growing up. There's a lot more heavy issues facing them, I think.
We love to dance, and I think it's just such a great hobby.
Like, we enjoy dancing, and we think if kids like kids here want to dance, then they can dance and they can get happy dancing, and it's more positive. It's like a positive thing to do, and they can
new friends.
Yeah.
I've struggled with confidence quite a lot, and just through school and stuff, but when you come to dance, because it's like a good environment and everyone's nice to each other, it does boost your confidence, and then when you're dancing and if you get it better and stuff, and then you get praised for it, it just makes you happier, I suppose.
I might not look my best tonight, but who cares? I'm going to go out and have some fun.
Everybody needs a helping hand from time to time, or a shoulder to cry on, so don't be shy, use mine, don't be afraid to ask. Just go ahead, pick up the phone if you're a mate of Brad's. You never need be in it alone, I've been through it all, believe me, I've got your back. If you're at rock bottom, I can get you back on track. Providing you're ready to face the truth and search your soul, I have you feeling free, believing that the world is yours. Before counselling, I viewed myself as worthless, then a counsellor helped me to find a sense of purpose, making me a better person. I mean, I'm still the same old me, just a better version. Now I control my every urge and make positive choices, like teaching the youth how to harness their voices, but before I could help them properly, I had to discover the value of self-honesty. Practitioners nagging on at me, I didn't want to hear it, yet the truth has a strange way of appearing. Just when you think you found a place to hide, it strikes the mind's eye from the blind side like, nice try, wise guy. There's just no escaping it. In the end, it's your call. Whether you embrace the truth as a friend or foe, it goes anger, confusion, frustration. To break this cycle of emotions, you must truly face them.
Everybody needs a helping hand from time to time, or a shoulder to cry on. Don't be shy, use mine, don't be afraid to ask. Just go ahead, pick up the phone if you're a mate of Brad's. You never need be in it alone, I've been through it all. Believe me, I've got your back. If you're at rock bottom, I can get you back on track, providing you're ready to face the truth and search your soul. I have you feeling free, believing that the world is yours. Before counselling, I viewed myself as worthless. Then a counsellor helped me to find a sense of purpose, making me a better person. I mean, I'm still the same old me, just a better version. Now I control my every urge and make positive choices, like teaching the youth how to harness their voices. But before I could help them properly, I had to discover the value of self-honesty. Practitioners nagging on at me, I didn't want to hear it. Yet the truth has a strange way of appearing. Just when you think you found a place to hide, it strikes the mind's eye from the blind side like, nice try, wise guy. There's just no escaping it. In the end, it's your call, whether you embrace the truth as a friend or foe. It goes anger, confusion, frustration. To break this cycle of emotions, you must truly Everybody needs a helping hand from time to time, or a shoulder to cry on. Don't be shy, use mine, don't be afraid to ask. Just go ahead, pick up the phone if you're a mate of Brad's. You never need be in it alone, I've been through it all. Believe me, I've got your back. If you're at rock bottom, I can get you back on track, providing you're ready to face the truth and search your soul. I have you feeling free, believing that the world